Hello and welcome to the Thursday edition of Journalist Hangout. I'm Ayodele Uzubakun. Today on the program, Governor Umahi in tears over Ebonyi Massacre tells Governor Otom to form his own Ebubiagu as President Buhari cannot be everywhere. Governor Otom expresses dismay over killing of his security aide in Jos as police announce arrest of the suspected killers. And later on the show, troops of Operation Hardin Kai killed ISWAP fighters in Damboa, Borno State. I'll be hanging out with Babajide Kolade Otitoju and Chiao Laboke Nwako, who is going to be making his debut. Jide, tell us about Chiao.
We're foundation staff of
that crack team
of the news magazine, and I've been reading his fantastic feature articles for more than 25 years.
Oh,
but I'm
so
seeing him for the first time.
Journalist.
I'm seeing him for the first time today.
Really?
Yes.
And you work together?
Yes.
Something to me.
Welcome aboard, Chau.
I thought he was going to be an MA in Kano.
Okay, in Kano.
That was his heaven as a journalist.
Yes.
But all of us later found ourselves.
The people of Lagos, the people of Lagos planned a coup 2 times against me.
God, to put you down.
So
I didn't want to come.
Here.
I didn't want to leave Kano. Kano was such an enjoyable place then.
Yeah.
So they promoted me twice, and the last one they had to blackmail me by putting my picture on in Tempo magazine. PM News gets new editor by that time.
You had no choice.
Yes.
That to report to police.
I was in 99. 97, they transferred me. I refused to leave Kano.
Hey, welcome, Chau.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
All right. While the security situation across Nigeria is festering, frustration is setting in for people most affected. The governor of Ebonyi State, Dave Umahi, was in tears over the massacre of some villagers in the border area with Benue State. To avoid recurrence, Governor Umahi said it is important that his Benue State counterpart, Samuel Yotom, formed his own Ebubiagu to protect the people instead of blaming the president. According to Umahi, the president cannot be everywhere. Now, before now, we know that Governor Otom from the People's Democratic Party is always lamenting about the state of security in Benue State, and after any incident, he's always talking because he's clearly not in charge of the security apparatus of the states. Now, Dave Umahi is now saying that, look, stop crying about, set up something on your own. And I'm looking at Dave Umahi, his own Ebubiagu, has he been able to, to save his people?
Dave Umahi has cried more than Governor Otom. Otom may complain, but I've not seen where he shed tears. But Dave Umahi is always shedding tears. He goes to where people are killed, he will shed tears, he will not solve the problem. On, I think on the 29th of March, in Ishelu local government, I don't know how it's pronounced, people were slaughtered by criminal headsmen. This was what Dave Umahi said. We feel so sad that this kind of thing should happen in our state. I'm going to escalate this to the highest authorities in the country to ensure that those people don't get away with this. He now said that the killings that happened that day was capable of causing a civil war if it was not nipped in the bud, if it's allowed to continue. That's what he said back then. This time around, when they massacred Ebonyi people in that border town with Benue State.
Problem they are having with
is criminal headsmen who are slaughtering people for fun in Ebonyi. Now, when that happened, he went to the tertiary medical facility in Abakaliki, the one named after the former Vice President Alex Ekweme, and continued to shed tears there, continued to cry. you are suggesting to someone to set up his own Ebubeagu. The Ebubeagu that you set up after wasting so much time, after so many people have died.
Still not protect your people.
The most sensible thing for the governors of the Southeast will have been that immediately people of the Southwest, governors of the Southwest were planning Amotekun. They too should have come up with their own security outfit. They allow things to degenerate. People like the Ebonyi governor, whose state is one of the most attacked in the Southeast. They didn't do anything about it. Now he's recommending Ebubeagu to another person who had earlier set up a security outfit known as livestock rangers to enforce the law against open grazing. Otom has set that one up a long time ago. Because Otom felt the main cause of crisis was the trampling on people's crops and all that by cattle. So he set up he came up with the law banning open grazing, and he set up a security outfit to enforce it. So it's not as if there's no security outfit in that state. But that security outfit in Benue is geared towards ensuring that the main cause of friction between farmers and herdsmen was nipped in the bud by ensuring that no one infringed upon the law banning open grazing. So we need to ask, after he made this statement on the 29th of March, then we had this massacre, where he also went to cry like Jeremiah in the hospital, saying, why should people be raping 2-year-olds? Why should people be killing children and killing their parents and all the atrocities that happen? In fact, he used the word satanic, that the killers demonstrated satanism. But we are not interested in lamentations by Governor Umahi and the rest of them. We are interested in solutions. We are interested in a situation that ensures that our people are safe. The killing of people, the slaughter of people in Ebonyi has to stop. And if you say that you know, because he keeps saying that he knows, if you read a lot about Governor Umahi, you keep hearing him saying he knows the people who caused it. Then why have you not been able to solve the problem?
Shawo,
yeah.
What do you make of this situation? Ebonyi is like almost in the news every day now for the wrong reason.
Ayo, this is a conundrum that came to the fore because of, failure of governance. If you put Dave Umahi side by side with Otom, in terms of the governor that have been more responsive to security challenges in this area, I will pick the Benue governor.
Benue governor?
Yes. He has demonstrated the resolve to deal with this issue within his limited, capacity. At the risk of losing his second term election, he defected.
Left the ruling party.
An opposition party. Not many governors would do that.
And succeed.
Yeah, and succeeded. Everybody clapped for him. While the southern governor just woke up yesterday to announce the ban on open grazing, the man, Otom, had already engineered a law that was passed by his state assembly to outlaw, open grazing. And Jide has mentioned the forest rangers he set up to ensure the enforcement of that law. This is a governor that, is displaying action. What is a Bubaga? When was he set up? The late N.S. Okongwo in commentary used to tell Nigerians, then green eagles. Green eagles. When the eagles are down and are not doing well, you will see this stadium and the fans being quiet, being downcast. He will tell them that when you cheer before a goal, you are motivating an action. But when you cheer after a goal has been scored, you are only, reacting to an impulse. It doesn't take the team too far. But before the goal comes, cheer them, motivate them. So Ebubago came as a kind of response to what is being done here in the Southwest.
They weren't proactive.
Yes, they were not proactive.
Proactive action.
And that is after series of slaughters committed by these herdsmen. What are you setting Ebubago for?
I prefer we call them headsmen. Killer headsmen.
Okay, killer headsmen. What are you setting them for? What are they going to do? Even I'm not one of those who is excited about all these either regional or state security outfits because they are not normative, security forces that we should have. Because they are not empowered by way of equipping them with arms and ammunition.
Having access to arms to confront
these
bandits.
The bandits. They are not. They are just like, people you are being pushed to be slaughtered by these people. Just like the defense minister was angry with people of Katsina. Say why they should face these people, with open hands. People who are attacking soldiers and policemen, killing them in scores. And you are asking people with bare hands to go and confront them. So Ebubago is not what, if you ask me my opinion, is not what the Southeast need. Because it's not going to do anything. At best, they are going to limit them to gathering intelligence, actionable intelligence and giving to the police people. But if you remember the time, the Nimbo attack in 2016, the governor, Umahi, got intelligence report from one of the council chairmen that this was what was going to happen. And he convened a security council meeting that involved all the security apparatus you have in the state, from the brigade commander to the police commissioner to DSS, name it, all of them, and he gave them what they wanted. But what happened by the time everybody woke up in the morning? 46 people have been slaughtered. Their houses razed. In Imo State, the attack of the State Police High Command that everybody would have thought is a fortress, that these unknown gunmen, in quotes, that attacked wouldn't dare to visit the place. The correctional center was attacked. Intelligence was also provided to all the security agencies in that place. DSS did this intelligence and provided, but yet the attack happened.
They didn't take it serious.
The attack still happened. So, in the face of all this, what will a civilian outfit that is not well trained and well mobilized the way security agencies should be mobilized, what do you think they will do in the face of these challenges? Absolutely nothing.
When they talked about not well trained, what time did they have to actually
even train?
Because this
not
long ago.
So
that's what you are recommending to another person. What is the success rate? How many of the killings in Imo State that is being turned to an Afghanistan has Ebubago been able to solve? That you, Umahi, you are recommending it to another person. In your home state.
Is that outfit really even in existence?
It's difficult to even say that it's in existence.
Kind of
how much training did they get?
How many weeks?
Because you need time.
After the announcement.
To train people properly, you need time. You just wanted to say that, okay, you've responded to this, you set up your own.
Because
How much
another
time?
angle we are looking at here now is that we didn't get the framework for setting up Amotekun and Co. You know, they won't have access to arms.
Yes.
And look at the arms that these bandits
are using.
In the case of, you see, in the case of Amotekun, the law setting it up states clearly that they can arrest, but they can't prosecute.
Okay.
Which means that they will now have to hand over whoever they arrest. And in fairness to them, they've made arrests. They've done well because of their knowledge of their terrain. They've been able to catch kidnappers, you know, kidnappers, hand over to the police and all that. We now see them going together for operation with the police in Oyo State, and that's bearing results. You know, I'm saying that once the police agrees to work with Amotekun or even Ebubeagu, the results will come. But how to get them to commit to working effectively, yes, and not see them as rivals and not, because it happened in the beginning, where you go and catch people, you hand them over, and the police refuse to even accept. You know, so this is the thing. I think that Ebonyi especially deserves to be better protected, and Governor Umahi knows in his heart that he's not doing enough, because the report, if you go down memory lane, there are too many attacks happening in that state, and they don't just kill a few people; they kill many people. Kill many people. There was a Methodist priest that was slaughtered along with 17 others. You just go there, you go and cry, and then it happens again. You go, you cry, it happens again. No, we are not interested in tears. We are interested in solutions.
is calling us from Lagos. Thank you for joining us. Go ahead, Ayodeji. Are you there? Please do the fire.
Yeah. So we want concrete solutions. We are tired of watching our people being slaughtered like lambs in their country when war has not been officially declared. We are tired. And if you say you know people, you are going to escalate. What happened? Did you escalate because here was the Ebonyi governor saying that he will escalate what happened to the people in the higher authorities, and he's saying he knows the people who carried out attacks. Yet, you wait after a few weeks, a similar attack happens, your people die, then you go to hospital to look at victims and start crying. No, that's not crying is not tactical. It's not a strategy.
What do you think Dave Umahi had in mind when he told his counterpart in Benue State that President Buhari cannot be everywhere?
Well,
despite that we know that it's the federal government that controls the security apparatus and everything.
You know, he's a friend to the president.
Okay.
So he would like to say those sweet things the president would like to hear. You know, the fact is that Dave Umahi, along with his colleagues that are governors, they've failed the country in the performance of the duties entrusted, you know, to them by the Constitution. If you go through the Constitution, you will discover that Section 4 of the Constitution gives the National Assembly powers to make any laws that falls within the 68 items in the exclusive legislative list. And policing is number 45, is one of them. Policing.
One of those items.
One of those items. That the central policing arrangement that we have in this country has failed Nigeria woefully.
Can no longer work.
Has failed woefully.
And meanwhile, it's still the exclusive right.
It's still the right of the federal government. So why do you want to continue to work with something that has failed you woefully? Why do you want to do that? Why can't we have state police? I'm not one of those who believe that the issue of creating state police is under the remit of the president. No. The National Assembly can do it. Either from the two chambers can originate a bill to alter that provision of the Constitution that says there shall be only one police in Nigeria. But it has not happened. Okay. The issue is that the National Assembly, Nigerians, there should be no end to this conversation of having a policing system that serves us better.
Femi is calling us from Surulere. Thank you for joining us, Femi.
Yeah, good day to all of you.
All right, Femi, go ahead, please.
Yeah, my advice to the governors of the southern states is that they are taking the first step. The second step is to get themselves, look at the Constitution. They should take those two items which they have already talked about, the revenue allocation and the state police. If they start to wait for this jamboree of constitutional amendment, this thing, nothing will come out from it. If you go out, there are still a lot of northern governments that are in support of those two items which they want to take place. So if they can get it through the National Assembly, we have representatives in the National Assembly in all the southern states. And I know quite rightly, thank you, the North Central is fully in support of having a state police because the central government is taking certain amount of money which has to be cut off for them to continue to finance their state police. Number three, I'm telling you, for every vehicle of police,
thank you for your contribution. Now, when are we going to stop this kind of barbaric act? As in, okay, you had maybe somebody is having a kind of altercation with a farmer with a header, and somebody is killed, and you go to reinforce, and you come to kill 1,000 people.
That is such a big problem. All this.
Those guys, are they Nigerians?
All this points to the fact that we don't punish people. It's not my business whether you want to avenge the death of someone. You have come to avenge the death of someone, it is the responsibility of government to ensure that you are unable to do it. One.
That's true.
Now, if you manage to do it, it is the responsibility of government to ensure that you don't get away with it. Because even Umahi was saying that he was going to talk to the highest authorities to make sure that those people don't get away. But after he said that, another one happened in a different local government close to Benue State. So the people get away with these things and they live to do it another day. This is the way I see it. It's not, I'm not interested in, these people killed my brother, therefore I must avenge. No, you can't put the law into your hands. There's no convention, no law that says if I kill your brother, then you must kill somebody else in return. Because they say an eye for an eye makes the world go blind. That was it not Mahatma Gandhi that said so? An eye for an eye makes the world go blind. No, that shouldn't happen. Government has a responsibility to ensure that these things are nipped in the bud.
All right. We'll take this break. When we come back, we'll discuss more. It's still Journalist Hangout. We'll be right back after this breather. Welcome back. I still have Babajide Kolade Otitoju in the studio, and Chiawolamoke Nwankwo is making his debut. Thank you. And the foray over attempt on life of Governor Samuel Yotom of Benue State is yet to settle. Now, the Senior Special Assistant to the Governor on Insecurity, Christopher Dega, was assassinated in Jos Plateau State on Tuesday. Governor Yotom described the assassination of Dega as a huge blow to his administration. The governor said the retired Assistant Inspector General of Police was very active even in retirement, saying it was painful that he was gunned down in such a gruesome manner. Meanwhile, the Plateau State Police Command said it has arrested some suspected killers of Dega. But let's hear from the governor himself.
Senior Special Assistant on Special Security, retired AIG Dega, served with me here. And this is someone who has retired but is not tired and is still active. And so for him to have been murdered in the manner that he did, a retired AIG, gone, then Professor Obiora, can you imagine a whole professor just killed in that manner? And look at what is happening. Northeast, northwest, north central, south-south, southeast, southwest. So where is Nigeria again? So why can't those people at the center, why can't the presidency listen to our suggestion and idea of providing a forum where we're going to meet through a security summit?
All right, Babajide, still on insecurity, and we're still on Governor Samuel Utom, Benue State, and since he won his re-election, or before he won his re-election, he has not been having it so good in terms of security. Benue, there was respite sometimes last year for a long time, but again, we are having Benue with this insecurity. Now, the Assistant Inspector General of Police, that is a Senior Special Assistant on Security.
Special Security.
Special Security was gruesomely assassinated.
The man who was killed is from Katsina zone. That is the zone of Ghana, the late Ghana and his boys. He was in charge of special security, Senior Special Assistant on Special Security, and he had been working hard to decimate that group, the Ghana group.
As an experienced police officer.
Yes, experienced. He had been working hard. Secondly, this man was the police commissioner when Mohammed Yusuf was arrested by General Hanotu and handed over to the police
in Borno State.
In Borno State. He was the commissioner of police at that time.
When Boko Haram started.
Yes. Right up to the murder of Yusuf in custody. He was immediately transferred when that happened to Edo State. He drove to Jos, got into his hotel room. He told them that that he wanted them to fleet the room with insecticide, and he moved from his room to the restaurant, so that during that time, at least the smell of the insecticide will have subsided, while his own driver was inside the car outside. Then a group of boys came to him, took his phone, and shot him several times in the chest.
Were they looking for him?
That was how he died. Now, what we don't know is, could it be the Boko Haram, remnants of Boko Haram, that took his life because he was the commissioner of police when Mohammed Yusuf was killed, and the police, Mohammed Yusuf was killed in police custody? Nobody knows. Then he comes from a village in Katsina zone, where
the
Ghana boys had been running riot, killing people. In fact, the police came to Osun State here to arrest some of them and their girlfriends, and they took them back to Benue State, where a well was filled with people that they had killed. The videos are there. It's gory things happening in Benue State.
In this country.
Terrible.
I have the video of some of these things. Now, we don't know because the Ghana group is bent on killing all the prominent people from their area over the killing of their leader. You've killed professor, they've killed different people. They've killed the elder brother of Senator Suswam. No one can go to that zone now without being heavily fortified with security men.
Some military guys, special forces.
No, that is a different place.
Okay.
It's a different zone entirely. Those ones were fighting over land.
Okay.
The suspicion initially, no, not Ghana guys. They have their own, they are causing their own trouble and even working with some criminal headsmen to kidnap people, kill people. So the Ghana people, they've been trying to take complete control of that area. They told Governor Tom, they said, see, unban Okada. The governor said, no, I will not unban Okada because they move around with Okada. The governor said, in Katsina zone, I will not ban Okada. They need the Okada to move around in the forest and continue to kill people. Many of the communities in Katsina Island, nobody is living in them. These boys have chased people away. They destroy people's farms. They destroy people's food. So we don't know. I'm just saying this so that even the police can look at all possibilities. Remember, this IG has warned that Boko Haram was in Plateau and some states of the North Central. So nobody should rule out that Boko Haram was not in fact, at a time they were very active in Plateau State, killing people, bombing people. So no one should rule that out. Initially, we thought they were not in Niger. We have now seen that they are in Niger. Even they have confessed. They've confessed. The governor too has confessed.
Not only in Niger, they have territories.
Right there in the Shiroro area, they are in control. Shiroro, Munya, Rafi, they are in control. They were the ones who carried out the kidnapping of those Kagara boys. You know, they even praised a cow when in their video to tell you that, look, this is what we are facing. So the police has a lot of possibilities to work on over the death of this man.
In terms of militias, I'm afraid, you know, if you look at the situation they have in Libya now, militias holding territories and almost a failed state. Now we have something like that. And bandits are all around this thing. Even these Benue states, some militias that are above the law, killing soldiers. If you get to Port Harcourt, River State, through the same situation. Some people that they feel that Imo State of late and the Southeast, the ESN guys running riots, trying to overpower the state's security.
Yes. The death of this late AIG is one death yet again that underlines the fact that nobody is safe. The police themselves are being slaughtered just like any other citizen. Yes, we have militias all over the place. But the question we should ask is, where do they get their oxygen or power? It is in arms proliferation. Because without these arms, they are just like you and I, moving along the streets harmlessly. But where they are armed, fully armed, even more armed than some state operatives, this is the kind of result you get. But the question is, what has the Nigerian state done in terms of mopping up these arms we have all over the place?
And confronting these people.
You only hear the police do something when an IG wakes up one day and issue an order to say that, look, various police commands should, you know, mop up these arms. And once they do it for a few weeks, that's the end of the story. That's the end of the story. Arms have been coming in through the our seaports.
Yes.
You have stories of how customs and MPA cannot buy ordinary scanners.
Scanners, yes.
Scanners that to make sure that these dangerous weapons don't come in. The state, let me put it that way, the state, the Nigerian state cannot buy...
You can't buy scanners.
Scanners.
You are not... they
and you say you are fighting insurgency.
100%.
You are fighting against the militia.
They say 100%.
So how can you succeed?
Inspection. What is 100%?
How can you succeed?
To be slower, to be effective.
If you cannot check how these arms are coming in. Don't forget the issue of the 400 bureau de change operators that were arrested. You know, they are waiting for their prosecution. But what is intriguing is the news that the state said their trial will be conducted in secrecy, for which some human rights activists, Femi Falana, even the senator from Borno State, Dume, you know, issued a press statement to say when he was accused of being a Boko Haram
yes. Was it done in secret?
Was it done in secret? So we have to interrogate that statement that came from the presidency
trying to hide?
To say that their trial will be done in secret. Are they coup plotters?
Because and that's after people had asked repeatedly for progress on the matter. Because
these are the people that only know that their trials are done in secret. These are bureau de change operators. And mind you, they said there are people behind them. Bureau de change operators are not the real fund, sponsors.
Corporates, yes.
Who are the sponsors? Just as you have in my state, Imo State, where they arrested 400 people that attacked the police headquarters and the correctional center. 400 of them. The governor issued a statement to say out of that 400, 70% of them are not Igbos. And who is the police commissioner in Imo State? He's not an Igbo man. Why is it that the state is finding it, or the police is finding it difficult to reveal the identities of these 7% that are not Igbos? It shows you that outsiders can be recruited to come into Igbo land and foment trouble. Yes. And they say it's IPOP, it's ECN. Why is it that the identities of these people are hidden? These are the duplicities.
That's what I said yesterday.
These are the duplicities.
You are arresting people, you tell us that you've arrested people.
Yes.
Let us see the people that you have arrested.
Know them.
Let's know the revelations that came out of the arrest.
You keep quiet. So that is why
what are we hiding?
If you look at all these dynamics, you make sense out of it, in terms of what the...
In terms of all the possibilities.
Former Chief of Army Staff, Buratai, said that Nigeria is fighting a war that can take it up to 20 good years. So, from the way we have our security structure, Nigeria is fighting a war that it cannot win.
Okay, let's take Wale from Ikorodu. I think Wale has this.
Yeah, good evening, Ayo.
Good evening, Wale.
Good evening, my encyclopedia.
Good evening, sir.
And our brother. Good evening.
Thank you.
Yes, let me be frank with you today. Except whether Amotekun or Eduwagu, except they are allowed to carry arms, they cannot achieve anything. Let me be honest with you today. When Eduwagu or Amotekun arrest and hand over to the police don't do anything. There is an unwritten policy which has led to unwritten directive to the police in particular. They don't take action on any matter reported to them as far as security is concerned. Okay, so unless such a scenario is changed, we are not likely to have any meaningful headway on this insecurity that we are fighting in this country.
Thank you,
we just have, there must be a...
Thank you, Wale. Thank you for your contribution. Now, finally, in what could be termed as the first success story of the reign of the new Chief of Army Staff, Major General Farouk Yahaya, troops of Operation Hadikai repelled a terrorist attack on Damboa in Borno State, killing many fighters of Islamic State, West Africa province, ISWAP. Army spokesperson Brigadier General Muhammad Yerima said the terrorists stormed the town in an armored personnel carrier and 12 gun trucks loaded with explosives and motorcycles, and Lieutenant Major General Yaya urged troops to sustain the offensive in order to end the insurgency. Jide, when I read this story yesterday, I was very, very delighted that the dreaded ISWAP guys, 50 of them, 50 of those fighters.
I don't know. Let's just say people were killed.
Okay, that figure.
No, not. Please,
not
it's not on the script that 50 people were there. Not on the script that you read that 50 people were killed. Let's just say people were killed. Remember when our friend, the police spokesman, said about 500 people were killed. Let's leave the figure of the dead. Boko Haram was defeated, ISWAP defeated in Damboa. That is a fact. ISWAP came with an armored personnel carrier. That is troubling. That means the terrorists now, yes.
The long journey.
That's, I'm looking at the bigger picture.
I'm not practicality now when you're coming with APC kilometers from wherever they are operating from.
Yeah, using APC. You know, when you are inside the APC, it offers protection. Even small arms, they fire small arms at you, it may not have an impact. So it's significant that these guys came and they were dealt with. Damboa was the second town that Boko Haram annexed after Goza in 2014. They annexed Goza. The following month, they annexed Damboa in the beginning of the setting up of their caliphate. They've always wanted to take charge of Damboa, but every time they try it, they always fail. There are people living in Damboa. It's a sprawling community. I've seen videos of people moving around in Damboa when I traveled with the Air Force on their reconnaissance aircraft. So they are trying to cause problems because they know that the army is strong in Damboa. But every time they've tried it, they've been sent back. And I'm happy that once again, they've suffered a big blow. I'm not interested in the number of people who are dead. That is not my own area. But I know that they suffered a big blow. I have evidence of that. I talk about things that I have evidence of. Now, they also tried to enter Biu. Many times, they have failed. This is a clear message to them that it's not every Nigerian military formation that you can go to and you expect that you overrun the military base.
No matter how
prepared,
how fortified you are.
Yes, no matter how prepared you are for that battle. It is not in all cases. And significantly too, these soldiers, the current, under the leadership of the current Chief of Defense Staff, we are seeing greater synergy that was not there before, because this attack, within a moment, I got information yesterday that they were attacking. Shortly after, I was told that the Air Force was heading towards the scene. Yes, it made me happy. They are working together now, much more.
Which wasn't the situation then.
Yes, many times the army will go for an operation, they will not get air support, although sometimes too it's not the fault of the Air Force. The weather is a big factor. If the weather is bad, you can't fly. Nobody will go climb into the air when he knows that the weather is bad. No, who does that? So that is also a factor. But we are seeing now evidence of synergy. They are working together, and the president has chosen a general who is also a gentleman, whom you can see that clearly is going to work with his colleagues. He has visited the Chief of Air Staff. I saw the picture. So I'm confident that they will continue to work together.
Was in charge of this operation, Adinkai.
Yes, Adinkai. Adinkai. That's the thing. That's the meaning, putting heads together.
Okay.
You know, that's what it means. So they are putting heads together now, and they are getting the result. We pray for more of these successes, because the moment Boko Haram, the moment ISWAP took out Shekau and moved into Sambisa. It portends danger because Sambisa offers greater protection because of its expansive nature and the network of tunnels that are there. But our soldiers must remain vigilant. They must continue to take care of the enemy, slaughter them. If they come 1,000,000 times, show them who is in charge, who is their father. You know, like that video when that boy, that Nigerian soldier said, soldier go run from bandits in this Nigeria. Now they learn work. It never go happen. That's what we want to see.
The morale is high.
Yes, the morale has to be high. You know, deal with the enemy decisively.
It's always a good news when it's always very, interesting when I hear that we're dealing with these guys because they're terrorists. They have wicked people. They've not shown mercy so far. And if our military guys are serving them with those of their distance.
Yeah, it is salutary to hear this, and it is a diet we've been fed with for almost a decade since this Boko Haram started. But if you look at it critically, the force we have there, their primary preoccupation should not be to be repelling attacks. It should be to take the battle to them.
Yes.
Offensive.
Yes, be on the offensive. Once you take the battle to them, you create what the Zulus call mfekane, confusion. And out of that confusion, it will be easier for Nigerian troops to, finish them up. But we don't seem to be getting much of that. And the whole thing boils down to the fact of Nigeria looking critically on how to rejig its security, template, to deal with this. Luckily, their job have been made a little bit, easier, in quotes, by the elimination of Shekau, so to speak.
Yeah.
They now have one
well-defined
enemy.
enemy.
Unlike when they were facing Shekau and his boys and facing Israel. So they should do something to make sure that this advantage that this situation confers on them, tells so much in the operation and the kind of successes, that will be recorded thereof. That's what Nigerians expect. And for Nigeria to also be conscious of, the fact that the kind of support Nigeria was getting from Chad when Debbie was alive, may not be easily available. Few weeks ago, the son that took over came to Nigeria to seek for help. So when he's, trying to protect himself and see how we'll survive,
consolidate.
What is it? So there wouldn't be much energy or concern for what Boko Haram is going to do at the Nigerian-Chad border. So Nigeria has to, think seriously on what it should do along that line to make sure they sustain this very momentum.
Those gun trucks, I saw it.
They came with 12 gun trucks. Most of their weapons are weapons that they took from us. Sometimes even they don't even change the color. You see those weapons still in the colors of Nigeria. So most of their weapons are from us, no doubt about it. Senator Alundume said that some time ago, but that's the truth. They like raiding military bases with one mission: to steal the weapons that are there. To steal the weapons, So, and they will come by, use those weapons to come and fight against us. It's cheering that we repair this attack, but as Chiawo said, and we've always demanded that we go to their bases, take the battle to them. They say attack is the best form of defense. We are not doing that. we should do a lot more clearance operation. I know it's risky. You tend to lose more troops when this happens, you know. But even when you stay in your base too, and they come to catch you up guard,
they want to overwhelm you.
You also lose your men. Generals are much more concerned about not just the loss of equipment, but the loss of their men. So, because it can easily cause you to be removed as a commander when you lose so many troops. I've seen that happen to commanders of Operation Lafi Adole. So, people are usually very careful about some of the missions that they undertake. And you undertake a mission and you don't succeed. You know how shameful it can be, especially against an enemy like this. So, you think it through thoroughly before embarking on those missions. Remember General Adeni, who was told to go into the dreaded Timbuktu Triangle to go and recapture it. But it didn't happen. No, he recorded himself. You know, when they go into the bush, there's no network. Okay. So he wanted the Chief of Army Staff to see him on the war front. You will see that he was saying, see, we are here. We are here. So it wasn't as if they stole the shots. He had himself recorded so that when he gets back to base, where there is network, because in Maiduguri, once you step like 10, 15 kilometers out of Maiduguri, no network. That's the way it is, you know. So he wanted to send it to the Chief of Army Staff as soon as he gets to his base. Only for a wayward army officer working with him to upload it to the internet as a way of embarrassing the man, and then he got punished. So that is it, and it was a very bad news that we went to with a mission to chase Boko Haram out of a Nigerian territory it was occupying, and we couldn't do it.
All right, I want to thank you, Chawo.
Yeah,
thank you, Debbie.
Thank you.
I hope to see more.
I will.
Vicky,
thank you.
Thank you.
It's a wrap for the week. See you on Sunday.
We'll be here.
And that's our offering today. Join us tomorrow for another episode of the program. And don't forget to join us on Sunday, 1:30 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. for Journalist Hangout on Sunday. We're on YouTube, youtube.com/TVC News Nigeria. I'm Ayodele Uzugbakun. Bye for now, and God bless Nigeria.